everyone, Chivo's here, back for another video. Today we are talking football, and today it is the start of the Hyundai A-League season for 2015-16, and you know, I've been waiting for this. Melbourne Victory did win last year, as you can see. Melbourne Victory supporter through and through. There you go, Hyundai A-League, Melbourne Victory. Archie Thompson, take a bow. But champions for 2014-15, it's time to look forward to the squad changes, what's been happening, and obviously this weekend's fixtures. As you can see on the screen right next to me, I do have the club lists here. I do have them here. So I'll give you my predictions. Alright, so finishing 10th, I believe, is Newcastle Jets. The reason I think this is, you know, the club has been bankrupt for quite a while now. They have had to get rid of a lot of their players. Looking at the outs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players gone, and I know at least 7 of them were first team players. So Newcastle Jets in a huge rebuilding stage. I don't really see any names here that are likely to be standing out, except maybe Nigel Bugard. But apart from that, not much to talk about. But you know, Newcastle, I do think, will finish bottom of the table. Finishing 9th, I do think Western Sydney Wanderers will finish 9th. The reason this is, yes, they did win the AFC Champions League in 2014, but I don't believe they have the squad yet again. You know, they are trying to rebuild as well. They're trying to move into a new stadium in Parramatta as well. So Western Sydney, once again, have let go a lot of their squad. Bullet, Kovic, a very big name there. Anthony Golek is out as well. Tommy Urich, a star striker for them, gone as well. LaRocca's gone. Rukovic's gone. Sporanovic is gone. You know, huge names out for Western Sydney. I can't believe they're rebuilding that much. But on the ins, they do have a few. Dimis Delgado, Scott Jamieson from Perth Glory, that's a decent signing. Jacob Pepper as well. They have Ferricho Piovacari on an international marquee, and of course Andrew Redmayne from Melbourne City. So decent, but who knows? You have to see. I think they'll still finish 9th though. So Western Sydney, my guess, 9th place. Finishing in 8th place, I think we'll have Perth Glory. That is because they did have salary cap breaches last season. They did finish 3rd, but it's affected squad morale, it's affected board morale, and in fact a lot of their squad has left. On the outs, Jack Duncan has gone. Daniel De Silva, the young Australian prospect, has also gone. Yusuf Hersey, obviously released due to his terrible injury he received early on in the season. Scott Jamieson is gone. Andy Keogh, that is a huge loss for them. Andy Keogh was banging in goals last year. He's gone. Jamie McLaren has gone to Brisbane Roar. That's a huge loss as well. He was a super sub last year. He's gone, so I don't know what they plan to do there. And also Brendan O'Neill. Danny Vukovic leaving their star keeper. He's gone, so that's questionable. They have brought in though Ante Kovic. Not a bad player, but at the age of 42, I don't think he's what they're looking for. Another interesting name there, Diego Castro Jimenez on an international marquee. That's not too bad. Hagi Gligo, Anthony Golek has come in. That's questionable, but apart from that, no really noticeable names. And after the big problems they had last season, I do think Perth Glory are going to finish in 8th position. Finishing in 7th now, we have Central Coast Mariners. Looking at the squad changes they've made, they've only brought in Paul Izzo, and on the outs, Brent Griffiths has gone. John Hutchinson, a key defender for them, has retired. And apart from that, you know, Matty Simon's been released, one of their star strikers. He's gone. So, you know, not too much squad movement, but really the only big name they've brought in is Izzo. And not having such a good season last year, I don't think much is going to improve for them this year. So I can see them finishing in 7th position. 6th position, we have a Wellington Phoenix. Alright, Don't get me wrong, Wellington aren't part of Australia, but they have done well in the league. Last year they did exceptionally well. They're on top of the table for quite a while, so you can't complain about Wellington. They are a team to watch. But looking at their ins, nothing Blake Powell, I don't know him. Jeffrey Sauerpong, I don't know him. Don't know any of them. On the outs, Michael Boxall has gone to Supersport in South Africa. Bit of a loss. He was a decent player last year, but I'm not surprised that's happened. I mean, what else can you do? He's looking for money, so he's gone. But also on the outs, Nathan Burns has gone to FC Tokyo. Burns was banging in goals last season. He's half the reason Wellington got to where they were. So huge loss for them. And also Joel Griffiths has been released. He came from Newcastle, scored a few goals, and now he's on the out. So Wellington Phoenix, bit of movement, but I do think they are going to finish in 6th position. In 5th place, we have Adelaide United. Now, Adelaide United are the current holders of the FFA Cup. They have been knocked out, though, thanks to my team, Melbourne Victory. So, they can't do the double, but Adelaide United do have a fairly decent squad. What else can I say? Obviously, on the ins, they've got Mate Zuganzic and Lakopo LaRocca and George Mells. 3 decent signings for Adelaide. You have to see how they perform, but I think they could be good signings. On the outs, obviously, Nigel Bogart's gone. Paul Izzo is gone. Awer Maybill, another young Australian prospect, has gone to Denmark. And then Miguel Palencia is out from Numancia as well. So Adelaide have made some good signings. They've lost a few key players, but I can see them being a mid-table team, finishing in 5th position. In 4th, we have Brisbane Roar. Brisbane Roar, bit of controversy at the moment. They are currently looking at what is bankrupt, but they have brought in John Aloisi, the Australian legend, as their head coach. Everyone remembers that famous goal that got us into the World Cup in 2006. Oh, John Aloisi, that were some memories. But, under head coach John Aloisi, Brisbane Roar have played their first game of the season right now. They are playing right now. I will not tell you the result, though. You will find that out after we go over the preview. But first things first, on the ins, Corona, Javier Hervas, Lombardidis, Jamie McLaren from Perth Glory. He is the man to watch. He was not getting game time over at Perth Glory. He decided to leave after the salary cap, the problems. We'll call them problems because that's what it was. So Jamie McLaren left Perth Glory. He's gone to Brisbane Roar. He's having his breakout game tonight. Let's see how he performs. I think he's one to watch, and he could really bring Brisbane Roar up on another level this season. Also, on the outs, Jesse Daly gone, Lachlan Jackson's gone to the Jets, and Ben Lifton and Adam Serrata. So not too many outs that are really notable, but a few are really good ins. I think Brisbane Roar really could be a team to watch this season. Who knows how they'll perform? I'm questioning it myself. Alright, the top 3. Now this is where things get interesting because we have 3 really strong teams in Australia. One of them has a lot of money funding, and 2 are from the original season. So, these top 3 are questionable, but this is the order I think they'll finish because of the way their squads have developed. So in 3rd place, I have Sydney FC. That is correct. They did play against us in the final last year. We did beat them, but Sydney FC are a decent team, but they're not the team in blue. That is us. Come on, Melbourne. But Sydney FC, on the ins, they got Zach Anderson from Central Coast, Holosko on an international marquee, Andrew Hull from the Jets, Ninkovic, O'Neill, Matty Simon has gone there on a free as a backup striker. On the outs, though, Terry Antonis, that's a big loss for them. Corey Gamiero has been released due to an injury. Surprised by that, but if you're injured, what can you do? He's a big prospect. Bernie Abini has finished his loan. He's back to Shanghai. So unfortunate for Sydney because he was a big figure in their 2nd place last season. And Mark Janko has also been released, and Ognanovsky been released. So a lot of outs there for big players for Sydney. They have put some newer faces in the squad. Whether they perform or not is a decent question. But the main thing you've got to look at is the core of the squad is still in Sydney. I think more than likely they'll finish Top 3, especially as Graham Arnold is still their coach. You can't complain about that. So top 3 for Sydney, that's my opinion. And now we have the top 2, the 2 Melbourne teams left. This is where the big questions are this season. Melbourne City have all the money. Melbourne Victory have a decent squad. In second place, it's moneybags Melbourne City. That is right, Melbourne City in firing form in the FFA Cup round of 16 and round 32. You know, they're doing really well and they do have financial backing. But I don't think they've got what it takes. You know, it's that simple. I don't think they've got what it takes. You know, they have excellent talent in their squad, but the main man, Aaron Moy, has been moved onto the Australian marquee. They've kept him, and he's scored something like 6 goals in 6 games or something. Six. He's on fire. I know that I don't have the stats in front of me. He's on fire. But Melbourne City have brought in Wade Decker, Ivan Franich, which is a huge signing for them. Ivan Franich, big part of the Australian soccer team or Australian football team. But you know, Ivan Franich, crazy. They've brought in Corey Gamiero, who's been released from Sydney, so that's another big move there. Harriet Navillo has been put on a permanent deal. Thomas Sorensen is there. I mean, he's a great keeper. So we'll have to see what happens there. And Michael's low. But on the outs, Damien Duff, huge part of their season last season, he's gone. Mate Zuganzic is gone. Jason Hoffman's gone. Q Yalens is gone. Josh Kennedy has retired. Madoka has been released. Andrew Redmayne has gone. So a lot of outs, a lot of ins for Melbourne City. I think they're a great side. Too much movement in their squad, I think, is going to cost them. I think they're going to have a bit of a slow start, but Aaron Moy is the man to watch for Melbourne City. I think he's going to bag so many goals this year, especially from midfielder Aaron Moy. Keep your eyes peeled for him. And last but not least, we have my team. That is correct. Melbourne Victory finishing top of the table and winning the Premier's Plate. The reason I think this is going to happen is because look at our season last season. We defied the odds. We beat them. We're the bookies' favourite this year. We have made barely any movement to our squad, and that is why I think we are going to pull away. You know, we've brought in Oliver Bozanic. Good transfer there. George Howard's been promoted from the youth team to the main 23, as we'll call it, the first team squad. You know, very promising youth prospect. To bring him in, I can't complain about that. And we did manage to pick up Danny Vukovic, Perth Glory's goalkeeper. Bit on the short side, but he was one of Perth Glory's key parts of their season last season as to why they finished third. So I think stealing him because of the whole salary cap thing is huge for us, because on our outs, Jordan Brown is gone. Mark Milligan, that's right, Captain Milligan has gone. Bunny Yass is where he's destined to go, but Mark Milligan, that is going to be a huge loss. We've also released Andrew Nabbit, but Nathan Coe, our star goalkeeper, he's been a goalkeeper for a while now. He's been an amazing keeper. You know, he had injury, a back injury, so we decided to release him because we needed to bring in another keeper. And with the 23 squad and the salary cap, you just can't do it with injuries. So Danny Vukovic is going to be our number one, I believe, for this season. I can see Archie Thompson has struggling with a bit of injury, but still Fahid Ben Kalfala. We still have Bessart Barisha. You know, we still have Broxham. We've got an amazing squad. You know, Guy Finkler still playing in the centre of the pitch. Carl Valeri. Our squad has got some real depth. I think Melbourne Victory, we're going to pull it away. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I think it's going to be tight between us and City, but I think we will pull away and we will end up as the victors of the season. But that is it. That is my A-League preview for now. And I'll tell you what, I'll cut this video here. We will do the A-League fixtures in another video, but they will also be released today. But that's it for now. My name has been Chivos. Thank you guys for joining me with my Hyundai A-League preview for this season, and hopefully I'll catch you guys on another football video.